Hello everyone, welcome back to Susie Saves. I'm Susie and this is for this week's budget, May 17th. This month is a magic month, so we do get paid an extra paycheck because there's 5 Fridays instead of 4. It's not really extra, but it's kind of nice. Anyway, I worked a full work week this week, so I'm making $760. And I don't have any extra income from my side hustles this week, but the buffer in our checking account is getting kind of big. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm keeping a $100 buffer in there. So I'm going to withdraw 40 because right now it's at 140. And I think it'd be nice for that money to go towards something. Okay, let us begin. If you enjoy my weekly budgeting videos or my cash stuffings or my monthly reviews and previews, please make sure to drop a follow or a subscribe, pardon me, to the channel and like this video if you find it enjoying. Okay, so we have our constant expenses, rent and internet. These do not change. Rent is always $200. Because we get 5 paychecks this month, the last paycheck will not have to take rent out, which is nice. Internet is $23 a week. Other than that, we have our variable expenses, which are groceries, gas, miscellaneous. We're also going to be putting some money aside for the zoo this weekend, because we're going to the zoo if the weather permits. So we made $800 this weekend, or this week, pardon me. Savings, nothing going towards the Roth just yet. We're going to get some more stuff paid off before we continue to put money towards there, but we will have a buffer amount. This is just normally anywhere between like $1 and $4. I like to round all the numbers to zeros or 5, so other than like the internet and some sinking funds that have specific amounts, all the other amounts I prefer personally to round them to 0 or 5, and then all of the extra money would go to the buffer. Okay, for my sinking funds, I have quite a few. I have my husband's car. I have my car maintenance, car insurance, phone bill, the pets, and gifts. Okay, the current debt I'm paying off is to my dad of $3,200, but we're getting there. And I think that's it for this week. So, groceries always gets $60, gas gets $50, miscellaneous, we're still doing $30. The zoo, I know that we don't have passes or anything, so the tickets themselves are going to be like $60 for the two of us, I think. I'm just going to go ahead and give us $150, and then if we have left over next week, we will do some rollover in the cash stuffing and probably just put that towards the dad debt. But better to overestimate how much you're going to spend than underestimate and have to pull it from somewhere. So husband's car gets $5, car maintenance gets $5, car insurance gets $12, phone gets $13, pets gets $10, gifts gets $5. Now, I talked a little bit about it in our budget closing last week, but I've taken quite a bit of money from gifts, and I do have a friend's birthday coming up in just over a month. So I think I'm going to be getting a bigger paycheck at the end of the month, and I'm thinking about putting some of that money, more money from that aside for gifts, just to be a little proactive in that. And then Dad will get $230, I believe. Our buffer is a little high on that, but I'm keeping his to denominations of 10 since we're really close to hitting that target. Okay, technically the Apple bill will come out this week. That's $1. I think it's for storage. I'm not sure. Okay, looks like that's all the money we'll be spending this week, so let's calculate it up. Can you see him? $4.93? Does that seem right? $4.93? I think it's low. Let me try again. 223, 160, 50, 30, 150. Yes, there we go. 514. Cool. And then $50 for the sinking funds. It's always $50. And Dad's will be $230. So let's calculate what our buffer will be. Total income, $800. Expenses, more than half of that, which is not great. $514. Sinking funds, $50. Yep, and then Dad $230. So it looks like we have $6 in our buffer. Not bad. Like I said, normally I would round one of these numbers up to 5 and make that $1, but because we're close on getting my dad paid off, I'm keeping him in increments of 10, just to make the cash stuffing with the bank a little bit easier. Okay, so we did not have a super great budget closeout last time, but I'm really looking forward to this week and next week. Like I said, this is a magic month, so we will be getting an extra paycheck at the end of the month to hopefully fill in some of where we took from last week. We were only $30 over budget, so I'm really trying not to beat myself up about it. And maybe if we spend not so much at the zoo, I can take some of that money and put it towards gifts, which is where the money from last week came from. So we'll see. But yes, be aware that in the cash stuffing, the gifts category will be low. Thank you all so much for coming today. Like I said, if you like these videos, please feel free to subscribe. Leave a comment down below about how you think this week will go for you or how last week did go for you. And I will see you in the next one. Have a good night, everybody.